In this video, I will be ranking every BTD6 tower, no tiers, no T5s. This is just the basic tower and how useful it is in my opinion. So unfortunately, the template with the Beast Handler has not come out yet, so I unfortunately cannot rank it right now. But at least we have still all the other monkeys we can rank, or towers, I should say, because some of them aren't even monkeys, like the Tack Shooter or Spike Factory. So let's get this started. At first, I want to rename these. I'm gonna say for the top, I'm gonna say what's something? I'm just gonna say something classic, just like top tier for me. Just basic, top tier. Top tier. Favorites can be the second best. This one can be okay. Not always useful. Not always useful and sometimes bad. Alright, sometimes bad. We're not gonna make a very bottom tier because like no tower actually deserves that. I'll just say, I mean, I did say top tier. If I just said bottom tier, yeah, sure, why not? Bottom tier. Alright. So let's get this started. Starting off with the Monkey Ace. This tower, personally, there's a lot of flaws with it. Like in the first early upgrades, you don't really have that much firepower. Like at least you can get a cheap fighter plane, to destroy Moabs and stuff. But if I'm gonna be honest, the darts that come from the plane itself are just kind of weak. Like against ceramics or rainbows, they just kind of don't do anything. Against big rushes of balloons, just not that like satisfying. And like the T3 is pretty bad. And then for the amount of money you're spending on the Spectre or Ground Zero, I just don't think it's like as worth it as other things. And again, like Operation Dartstorm or never missing targeting, or however you pronounce it, the darts are just so underwhelming. And if you think about it, they're just 1 damage darts. So like you can't really blame him. Like it's just a basic dart monkey that just has a bunch of darts flying out of it. But like yeah, the super ceramics, very, very powerful. They can take all those darts and maybe not even one scratch. So it's very underwhelming. The T5s are really where like the good stuff comes in. Dude, I think I'm putting it here. I know that might sound crazy, but for the amount of money you're spending on some of these towers are not always useful. Alchemist, I'm not putting top tier. Okay, that might surprise you because a lot of people like Stronger Stimulant, the Berserker Brew, and all that jazz, but I'm not the biggest fan of it because there are some towers that are kind of weak when you use it. If you use it on Psy, it won't do anything. I've actually never tried it. I don't even know if Psy can get Alchemist buffs because you just know that like it won't do anything. Like literally nothing. Maybe like the acidic mixture drip when she doesn't have the lead popping power yet, but I just don't know. I guess Berserker Brew will give more attack speed, so maybe, I don't know. Try it out for yourself, because I'm not in the mood to try it. Alchemist, alright. The Stronger Stimulant is the only reason why it's not going in, low tier, because, like, it's also really satisfying. It's, honestly, rubber to gold is a good way to make money, and honestly, it can be efficient if you combine it with the right towers. If you give a lot of support, you're going to make a lot of money. But on chimps or like half cash, it's just not going to be worth it. Alternate balloon rounds, I don't even see the point of it. Like, I guess it would make a lot more cash. But, like, I don't know. You just have to deal with so many bigger, like, rushes that are so overwhelming. again, though, if you get like the middle path, it's really satisfying, and I really like just looking in general at the alchemist and how they can just like destroy balloons. I tried to do a chimps only alchemist, which honestly, like, I surprised myself and I made it past round 90, and that was surprising. I did have to do on a very long map, Cubism. But yeah, alchemists honestly are not as bad as you'd think they are because of the top path and the early game upgrades. So I'll put them in favorites. They're not going in top tier because the middle path and bottom paths are not as useful as you think. Like, again, bottom path can be good, but only if you use the right towers with it. Moving on to the bomb shooter. Bomb shooter. I don't know. Bomb shooter can have a lot of flaws. Mostly with the early game, not so much attack speed. But if you get the missile launcher early, then honestly, that's already covered. Cross paths are really where you can get a little hesitation. Because if you want if your mob assassin has camo detection and you want to pop DDTs, you want the black popping power. Because I recently learned this, that DDTs have black balloon properties, so regular explosions can't damage them. So yeah, that's why. So then you're like, the cross path, which one do I get? I want a larger explosion because I mean, oh my god, I just want more Pierce because like the explosion is kind of underwhelming. But yeah, the cross paths is where it gets a little hard to decide. So I'll put it in right in the middle. Okay, the T3s. Really like not that good. Maybe more Mauler to like take down round 40, but you're off with so many better options like Fireplane or Sharpshooter or just anything else but like a Mauler. Because again, you have to deal with that inside layer. I don't know if it's worth a Mauler. Like, you can just get like a sniper with deadly precision or something over a Mauler for round 40. There's a lot of towers that can just like kind of just beat it, you know. Like, some very good towers that we're going to talk about later. Alright, moving on to Boomerang. Boomerang, personally, is one of my favorites. There's one reason why I'm not putting it in top tier, and one reason alone, and that is because it cannot pop camos unless you get a Glaive Lord or some support. That's the only reason. It cannot pop every type of balloon. Until you get Glaive Lord, and besides, you only have the spinning glaives that can actually pop camos, which are still powerful, but like for DDTs, not the best option. Very, very good for early game. Very, very good for early game. But it can also like have a downfall with like you have to get a good position, and sometimes you can easily like miss a balloon. Not as good as missing like maybe like a Monkey Ace with a Spectre. That would be Spectres miss so much. Same with the Phoenix. It doesn't miss as much as like those flying towers, but still you can have a lot of uses for it. It's still better like than an Alchemist. It's just so like good. It's really good. It's really good, and I'm not putting top tier because it has a few weaknesses. That's the only reason. Buccaneer, easily top tier. It can pop all types of balloons, gives you money with favorite trades. It like just does everything. It has more popping power, balloon popping power, and gives you money. So it's just a really good tower all around. It's satisfying, like with the bombs and everything. It can miss targets a few times, but that's fine. If you just get a good placement, you're good to go. Just this is very good with the early game upgrades, like extremely good. T3s, all of them are kind of bangers. Merchantman, it's not the best way to make money, but still like it just adds on to this tower and how much it can actually help you in a real game. You do have to place it in water, but let's be honest, there's just so many other towers that can just cover that, and plus you can place a pontoon. And who cares if you just can't place it on some maps? It's still just so good. So yeah, that's why I am putting this bad boy Buccaneer in top tier. Oh, nice rhyme there. Alright, Dartling Gunner. I will be honest. I don't use Dartling Gunner as much as I did in like 2020. Like, this thing was the biggest hype of all time. But I feel like there's just some things that I use over the Dartling Gunner. But it's still my favorite, like one of my favorites. I would put it in top tier. This is the hardest decision of my life. It is my favorites, but I don't use it as often. And also, Super Ceramics can be a weakness even with like the T4. Super Ceramics can be somewhat tough. Yeah, and just like fortified mobs. Plasma Accelerator can kind of take those down. Like, Plasma Accelerator, it has to destroy the Super Ceramic layer. But then when, like, ceramics pop out and all that stuff, nothing. So I would put it top of favorites, bottom of top tier. I'll put it top of favorites because it has some expensive things that might not be as worth it as you think. Dart Monkey. Alright, we might have a lot in favorites because Dart Monkey, my friend, is honestly so classic, original, and it's iconic to the franchise. And if there is a Balloons movie, I will tell you, Dart Monkeys will be in almost every scene. I don't know why they use such a tiny picture of it. That's kind of weird. But anyways, moving on. Dart Monkey bottom path is what kind of carries it. Is from the cheap upgrades you can also get. It's very good. It's good for some, and it's so cheap that you can do some crazy strategies with it. I don't know if it's better than Boomerang. I don't know. It easily could be, but I don't know. Maybe, like, let's be honest. The middle path will downgrade it a few times, so I can see myself putting Boomerang above. I can work with it. All right, now Druid. Druid, you, my friend, are going top of okay. In the early game, it can't pop camos, like, at all. So that's why I'm not going to put it as, like, so many people just like the Druid, and I don't know why. I don't know why so many people like it. Maybe it's because the satisfaction it gives to people. But it can't pop camos. Let me think. You have to get a lot of pop lusts if you're wanting to go for a bottom path. The middle path, like, almost has no Moab popping power until you get, like, Spirit of the Forest. So, like, you have to, like, just get so many, like, you can't solo with any of these, with anything. Like, Buccaneer, Dartling Gunner, and Boomerang, those can all solo Moabs sometimes. Most times. Druid, like, almost can't unless you get multiple Druids. You have to get a lot of Druids to actually take down a Moab, and that kind of shows that it's not as powerful as some things. And if I'm being honest, who got the idea of this? A Druid monkey. Druid is one of the least common words or creatures anyone has ever thought of. So, like, it was a very interesting decision that Ninja Kiwi made, or someone made, to add this monkey. And honestly, it's very weird. It's like just, I think, I don't know the actual definition of a Druid. Like, I don't actually know the lore behind what a Druid is. But in Ninja Kiwi's game, they say the Druid is just the element master. It has the elements of anger. I don't know if that's an element actually, but it has lightning and it has nature. Those are two elements, and yeah, so they kind of make it an element wielder, and I can understand why a lot of people like it. But yeah, I mean, it is pretty cheap for the. But in my opinion, it's not one of my favorites. It's not. It's just not one of my favorites. So I have to put it top of okay. I just have to. I could make another tier. You know what? We'll make another tier, just for you Druid lovers out there, so that you don't start spamming in the comments some nasty stuff. All right, we're gonna have to change the color as well. This looks so weird because I've never seen like this tier list color change. Oh wait, no, this is good. All right, if I change this, then change this to the that's the same color as that. All right, do this. I don't want to rename this. I'm just gonna make this this, and then I'll make this green, and I'll make this the other green. All right, that's good. Well, first I'm gonna rename this. Okay, I'll just name it good. And this is gonna be the new. Okay, let's put the bomb shooter down there. Actually, I don't know. But I think bomb shooter. Also, we'll call this meh. There's no actual middle. Meh. All right. A lot of people do meh. I don't know why, but I'll just follow with it. Oh, should I keep the bomb shooter in good? Yeah. There's no midpoint now, so if I put in meh, it's gonna be bad. Engineer. Okay, let's be honest. Engineer is a meh. It's a meh. Like, you can get I don't really want to talk about engineer. Like, you know what? We'll put it below Monkey Ace. It's very good for no. It's above Monkey Ace, because it's a lot cheaper with the tiers. The 4th tiers are pretty cheap besides overclock, and the $14,000 I'm spending on overclock is not worth it like at all. I don't want this boost that barely helps unless I'm doing a 2 megapops challenge or just some weird challenge. Like, I'm not going to use overclock ever unless it's for a challenge. I am going to use Sentry Expert if I actually need it for some early game challenge. I mostly only use Engineer, like if I'm doing a challenge. Support only challenge. Worst tower only challenge, because this is one of my least favorite towers. Or something like that. I can use bottom path for some money-making strategy, but I don't actually use it that much. Yeah. It might go bottom. I don't know. It's like equal with Monkey Ace. I'll put it below Monkey Ace for now. Banana Farm top tier, baby. You guys know, but you need Banana Farm to make money. Like, there's other ways to make money, but this is the classic way. It's very, very good. You can get some bananas, and it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good for boss challenges. Its downfall is for chimps and half cash, so I will put it lower a little. Top of favorites, sure, why not? Sure, why not? We need these research facilities and banana centrals for boss games. We just need them. Glue gunners. It's a very underrated tower. People should respect these towers more than they're honestly not bad. Like, the top path, banger. Middle path, not good unless you're doing a strategy. And bottom path, good for slowing down mobs and stunning balloons. The T5s all are not bad. Top path is actually amazing. Bottom path, not as good as top path, but still very good. Middle path is the worst out of all of them. Not always useful and mostly not useful. Oh god. Alright, sorry. But yeah, not really useful sometimes. But I can say it's above the bomb shooter and Druid, which might upset a lot of you guys. I know a lot of you guys are upset about that. So yeah, this is just my opinion. Just you don't have to agree with it. No one does. Heli pilot. It's not going in meh. It's at least good. Above this, I'll put it right here. Heli pilot's pretty expensive, and for what you're getting out of it, I wouldn't say all of it's worth it, but it's good for some like 70 and below rounds. Razor rotors can pop all types of balloons if you get the camo detection, which also makes it move very fast. It's really not good. No heli pilot is actually good and efficient at popping DDTs besides Apache Prime. That's the only one that can actually pop DDTs efficiently well. So from the lack of popping power and the stuff you're spending on this tower, I knock it down from the Druid and the Bomb Shooter. Yeah, you know, it's going in meh. It's going in meh. A lot of you guys are going to hate me. I know. I know a lot of you guys are going to hate me, but come on. Like, for the amount of money you're spending on it, I don't know if it's really worth it. Although the middle path can give money and lives, but yeah, it's I don't know. I just don't know. Like, the ability cooldown's so long, so we'll just keep it in meh. Ice Monkey, also meh. I don't know if it's better than the Heli Pilot. White balloons, big weakness. Zebra balloons, big weakness. Ice sharks can pop them, but that means you have to get balloons nearby. And on some rounds, it's only zebras. Cryo cannon, pretty good for balloon popping power, but not the best option. Middle path is a little underwhelming. It can't even hit mobs, which is just not right. Top path is very good. It's good. That's kind of what carries the Ice Monkey, top path, and the Icicle Impale. That is also what carries the Ice Monkey. Very, very good for popping DDTs, and rounds 90 through 98, it's very useful. I'll put it above the Heli Pilot because it has some uses here and there, but has a lot of weaknesses, like fast balloons and stuff, and placements. So it's not going in good. It has a lot of weaknesses. Mortar is bottom tier because it's annoying to micro, especially when you get multiple mortars. The T3s are all just so underwhelming. The fourth tiers also have a lot of weaknesses, and especially micro. But Shattering Shells can have a lot of uses. Well, for like popping down round 98, round 94, and round 96. So honestly, Shattering Shells and like the Blue Incineration really carry the Mortar Monkey, but it's still bottom tier out of all these towers. Ninja Monkey is also a top tier next to the Buccaneer. Not better than it though, but still very good. If you combine a Ninja with an Alchemist, it's basically unstoppable until you get to like a BFB around 63, maybe. Ninja has a lot of good strategies. Placements also won't matter as much because you can get a good old Sharp Shurikens with a Seeking Shuriken. So placements, you don't have to worry about it as much. It has a decent amount of range, good amount of attack speed, and is one of the best towers for early game, just like a sub. So that's why Ninja is going in top tier. Sniper, also top tier. I think it's above the Ninja because it has that global range, very good early game, very good chimps. Middle path good because it pops all types of balloons and gives you money, plus buffing other snipers. Snipers are so good, and I know why a lot of people love them, and you should too if you're watching this video. Anyone who disagrees with a sniper in the comments of being in the top tier is just wrong. Like if they put it in favorites, that's fine, but if they put anything below favorites, then they're committing some sort of war crime. Spike Factory. Again, with the placements and the money you're spending on it, Deadly Spikes is very bad. I just learned that. I thought Deadly Spikes was so good, and then, boom, it just got this huge nerf. So Deadly Spikes is kind of just gone from being good. It's not my favorites from the amount of money you're spending on it. But actually, no, because the T5s, the Carpet Spikes and Perma Spike, will knock it up a lot. I'd say right here. Yeah, Permaspike and Carpet Spikes can knock it up a lot. It can pop DDTs pretty efficiently, and if you get a good old Spike Balls with the middle path, then you're kind of good to go for a long percentage of the early game. So easily in the favorites, because actually I do kind of like it now that I'm thinking about it. But like Supermines for the price you're spending on it, dang, bro, like, man. But anyways, sub, top tier, baby. Best early game tower in the game. It has home darts, good attack speed, and good range. It's just good in every way possible, but it is bottom in top tier. This thing destroys balloons with the bottom path and the 4th tier middle path. It destroys anything that gets in his way, and it's just so powerful that I think it's a very good tower. Very, very efficient. Super Monkey. Where do we put this monstrosity? Honestly, not my favorites because of how expensive it is. And also from how big it is, which kind of, it just takes up a lot of space in general. I'd say top of good. Top of good. It's not my favorites, but it's good because of the early game, good popping power. Again, with the super ceramic weakness, very big weakness, unless you get like a bottom path. But super ceramics are the main weakness, and every tower can have trouble with them. But Super Monkey especially, even when you get a Plasma Blast, still very weak to them. So that, yeah, it can be pretty weak sometimes. Moving on to the Tack Shooter. Tack Shooter is good in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, I mean, like, actually so many ways. The 3rd tiers, not as useful as some others, but still pretty good. The 4th tiers, that is where the magic happens of the Tack Shooter. The 4th tiers, oh yeah, you just got a super good combo. The Maelstrom, good for popping rounds like 63 and 76. Might create some regions, but still does a decent amount of work. Ring of Fire also destroying that. Overdrive is kind of overrated. Overdrive overrated because of how weak it is against ceramics and super ceramics, and you have to get a good placement on them. So I will knock it down a few. I'd say I'll leave it right here below the Dart Monkey. The T5 is also very good, but Tack Zone is kind of underwhelming from the nerf of it only getting like 2 pierce or something. And it can't even beat round 63 on its own, which is pretty bad. But Infernal Ring is very good. If you get primary expertise with Chem Detection with Infernal Ring, that's like just an unstoppable tower, or T5 I should say, which is why the Tack Shooter is going there for me. The Village. I'm going to say meh. Meh for the Village. It's not always going to have some uses because most towers do have camo detection. Bomb Shooter doesn't really have any camo detection besides the Bomb Blitz, but you have to lose a life for that. So, like, yeah, there's a lot of uses where I want the Village. So I'll bump it up you know what? Village is good. I'm going to bump it up, actually, a lot. Above the Glue Gunner? Sure, why not? Above the Super Monkey? I don't know. I actually don't know that one. But it's really useful now that I think about it because Void Dora, or just a Dora in general, she cannot pop camos. And the Village is so useful, which is why I just love the Village. Prime Expertise, unstoppable with the like boomerangs or attack shooters. Very good buffs. Very, very good buffs. They're not underwhelming at all. And honestly pretty affordable besides the middle path. Call to Arms, I don't know if $11,000 is what you should spend on it, but still, I guess, pretty good. But yeah, the Village overall, pretty interesting and useful tower in, like, many situations. On Chimps, maybe not as good, but still, honestly, pretty good. But yeah, I like playing Chimps in challenges, so that's why I first considered putting Village in meh, but now that I think about it, it's good. And finally, Wizard Monkey. It's going in the bottom. I'm just kidding. You guys know the Wizard. You guys love the Wizard. This thing destroys balloons. Any balloon who gets in his way will die. It will just die. It will perish. The T3's pretty good. Arcane Mastery, very underrated. It is so good. It just pops everything. Pro Balloons is still a main weakness. I'll give it that, which is why it's not above the Buccaneer. That means the Buccaneer is officially the best tower in all balloons. Although it can't go in water. Wait, no, I said that so wrong. It can go in water, but can't go on land. Comment down below. Which one do you think is a major weakness? Can't go on land or can't pop purples? In my opinion, Wizard's better because there's a lot of other towers that just pop purples. Soda and Wizard, unstoppable. Actually unstoppable. Dart Monkey Soda, oh, even better. Ninja and Wizard, so good. Prince of Darkness, my personal favorite T5 in the game. And the other T5s are also just bangers. Maybe not as worth it to spend the amount of money on the middle path, but still very good and powerful. Destroying DDTs for every T5, just very good at destroying any type of balloon, including super ceramics. Which is why the Wizard is officially my favorite T5. Well, no, not T5, just tower in general. I was thinking a little too much about the T5s because that's where a lot of the magic comes in, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, this is my official BTD6 Tower tier list of how useful they are and how much I like them. Including the designs on them. Some of them are pretty good and some of them are pretty underwhelming. Thank you guys for joining me today. There's a lot of other tier list guys out there. You can watch them, see their opinions, and then later come back and just comment on my video what you think was wrong. And oh boy, I know there's going to be a lot of complaints. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.